What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we are doing another rebuild. I guess we're just going to try to knock out New York. Oh, hey, watch out. Hold up. But, yeah, we're going to be doing another New York rebuild, this time of the Giants, and this isn't just a regular rebuild. Like, it is a regular rebuild. However, technically, it's more than just a regular rebuild because we are going to be trying to prove that the Giants are actually somewhat of an easy Madden team to rebuild. I know in real life they're in a spot where, yeah, they got some talent, but that offense, like, are they good? Are they bad? Who knows? But as far as Madden goes, I really do think that they just have a ton of talent in the game. As far as the way their team looks on offense, Will Hernandez does not have star anymore, so I suppose you are lacking majorly on the offensive line spot. But look at these options besides Jones. Kenny Golladay, who is good, kind of debatably should not be superstar. He's an 85 overall. Guys like A.J. Brown didn't get to superstar, which is just shocking to me, especially when you got a guy like Kenny Golladay here at superstar. You have Shepard. I don't know if they actually plan on playing him in the slot, but I want to use Kadarius Toney, so I don't know if they can trade Shepard off, but I need to trade him. Like, there's just no reason to have him on the team. Darius Slayton, kind of fits that number 2 role. They look like they have all the pieces in New York. The question now comes down to Daniel Jones. Can he orchestrate an offense properly? And also comes down to, can Evan Ingram actually catch the football? Defensively, linebackers are lacking. However, Ojulari, obviously a guy we're going to start out the gate, has star or better dev. I think it is just star. Very high potential player. James Bradbury had a huge year for the Giants. Obviously now superstar, which is super clutch because he's 28. They obviously got a Dory Jackson. They actually have a decent roster on paper. But once again, it comes down to, can they actually play up to the potential? And can they get some pass rush? That's really the biggest issue besides Daniel Jones's play, is can they get pass rush? Obviously O-line too, but their line, even though it's not super great on paper, actually wasn't like the worst in the league. You know, you look at this team, and this is like a bottom 3 team in Madden for O-line, but in real life, they didn't necessarily play bottom 3-ish. I don't know if I remember to say like and subscribe, but if you want my dog to eat this year, you don't have to worry about that. But it would be kind of cool if you liked and subscribe. I'm not gonna buy, make you feel bad and to like it and subscribing. It would just mean a ton. Also, I maybe have put an Amazon affiliate link in the top line description or the comment section. I don't know. But of course, I don't really, show it too much. But if you do click that link, within 24 hours, if you buy anything on Amazon, I get a little percentage. It doesn't cost you anything. It only costs Amazon because they're like, well, he's driving traffic to our thing, which technically is true. But like, if you're going to buy something on Amazon anyways, we're kind of beating the system a little bit. And it's your way of helping literally give money without having to give any money. So I'm just saying, it is what it is. I'm sorry. But, follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr video thing. And the one thing that does talk about early year rebuilds is, of course, we have 74 players on the roster, so I lose like a third of my entire trial just trying to release these players. But, of course, the big thing we wanted to do was trade Sterling Shepard. Let's find a team with a wide receiver need, but mainly a slot wide receiver need if we can. We're actually going to trade Sterling Shepard and a 5th-round pick to kind of the Giants' like arch rival, the Patriots. I guess maybe the Patriots are feeling that the Giants are more of a rival than the other way around, for a 3rd-round pick, a team that actually does kind of project to win a decent bit of their games. Maybe a little high, but I mean, they gave up a 2nd-round pick for Mohamed Sanu. I feel like that's fair if you're giving up a 2nd-round pick for Mohamed Sanu, just saying. Oh yeah, this is not going to be a good season. We lost 27-3 to the Falcons. I will say, though, the Falcons did kind of dominate in our Jets rebuild, so yeah, maybe. Beat the Saints, and we have a breakout. Jabril Peppers. Okay, I don't know why Thomas Quinn's face just looks like... He just reminds me of that hamster that was on that FaceTime meme. You ever see that? What a disaster. We got smoked. However, that's a lot of times on defense. He knew it. Thomas Quinn, the hamster from FaceTime, he knew it. Superstar dev trade Jabril Peppers. Now here's the thing. EA is, they are who they are. Let's just not get into specifics. But we have seen a lot of devs that were undeserved. Was this one of them? I don't know. But let's find out. Was it? Please. Oh, it wasn't. Well, wait, undeserved? Yeah, it wasn't. It was deserved. Jabril Peppers with 3 tackles for a loss. I think he probably only needed 2. And, of course, gets that dev up and gets to keep it because it's legit. Now, just, like, I don't want to show you guys every time because that's just a lot of editing and it's a lot of stupid stuff. Just take my word on it. I will check every time, and if it's fair or not, I will let you know, and I'll just remove it. Wide receiver to Deandro Gaddis. Well, here's the thing, pal. We don't need that position, so suck me. What? Got any plans for the bye week? Ponder retirement because of how crap we're playing. Hot opponent. What are we facing? We actually are facing Tom Brady. But okay, and that jerk. Okay, that joke worked out. I'm sorry, my inner feelings about Tom Brady just came out. My bad. Jabril Peppers. Hey, New York. You kind of want to grow some money. I don't think that's how that works, growing money. I had to take a look at Evan Ingram because in real life, I wouldn't pay him, but we may have to replace Evan Ingram. I don't want to, but I may have to. You know what? It's realistic to let Evan Ingram go, but man, he's not that bad in Madden, is he? Oh, I hate it because in real life, I feel like he sucks, but he has the potential. Whatever, we'll pay him. Yay. Damn it, what did I do? Like, why do I do the things I do? Oh my god. We're broke and we have to pay a bunch of dudes. Nice. Will Hernandez. Honestly, with that age and overall and dev, he's probably not worth re-signing, to be honest with you. And, of course, the game is kind of valuing just outside linebacker. Where is it? Lorenzo Carter. He ain't worth it. He ain't worth it. John Ross. He ain't worth it. Sorry, pal. So a lot of these guys will be gone. The turnaround. We're 1-9. What do you mean the turnaround? It's over. Playoff pitcher. There is no pitcher. There's 3-9 Miami. Hey, it makes me feel good about the Miami Dolphins franchise. Oh my god, there's a lot of things. Hopefully the breakout's Daniel Jones. Keep an eye on Lawrence the second. Hopefully we can draft Lawrence the second with our pick 1 overall. Because yikes. Maybe trade Daniel Jones off for like a 3rd round pick if we're lucky to like the Colts. You know, that Wentz guy isn't looking too hot. Breakout player Lawrence, we gonna get it? I called it, didn't I? Okay. Superstar development trait. We'll see it. But hey, at least we won, right? So happy about that. Let's see. Defensively, sack totals. Uh-oh. It was Lawrence, right? So 1 tackle for loss. So if he didn't force a fumble, recover 1. Aha! He gets to keep it. My dude. Yes. That's a pretty big bit of dev up. I almost sounded like... what's that one guy's name from the Looney Tunes people? Whatever. I love how it says playing spoiler. Like is that really motivation for the team to win? Hey, losers. You want to screw their chances up at the playoffs? Wow, could we stop winning? Excuse me. Bro, did we just choke the pick 1 overall? Did we just choke it? 4-13? I swear we did. 4-13. I don't know. I do not know. We've tied the Dolphins and Raiders. I think we did beat the Dolphins. I don't know. Let's take a look at the standings because, of course, or the schedule. If we did lose on purpose, it would be a benefit because, obviously, we need a quarterback. So please tell me we lost to the Dolphins. Okay, so that means, do we play the Raiders? Hell yeah. So we obviously have pick 1. Which gives us options because the Raiders may not be looking for a quarterback. Either are the Dolphins, perhaps. But maybe they're looking for something else. I don't know. Could trade up for something like a sick pass rusher. Fill staff. I mean, can we fill me? Because I may leave. Fire people? 4 talents. The offensive coordinator, get the hell out. Get the hell out of here. Wait, how do I hire someone? We can hire head coaches as well. None of these guys really have much talent, though. Stanley Rumsey. Brian Flores. Could go John Gruden. What? John Gruden? How? Pete Carroll is the offensive coordinator? Excuse me? Why? Why is this happening? That's just not going to happen. But Brian Flores, even though he's coached for the freaking Dolphins that have sucked... We'll keep him. Thomas Quinn will keep him. Joe Judge. That's me, so we obviously will keep him. Simply put. But I suppose we should see how good we played or how well we played. Oh, Daniel. Oh, Daniel. You're going to be gone. Wow, these receivers. Glad we paid Kenny Golladay all that money and re-signed Evan Ingram. My guys. Sack totals, I mean, let's be honest, we expected this. The most came from the rookie. Big shocker there. Interception. So, I mean, everyone knows we're looking for quarterbacks, so realistically, I mean, if we're trading down, teams know that we're not taking QB at the end of the day. Justin Fields, the rookie of the year. So we're probably not going to trade down, simply put. They extended our contract. Hey, Joe, you've done really well. You know, you took us to the #1 pick. That's what we were aiming for. Congrats. It was an up and down season, but you did it, Joe. God damn it, you did it. As the wow, what a Super Bowl. Buccaneers Chiefs. Buccaneers win. It's like deja vu or something. Take a look at some of our dev ups. Did we get any? Watch Daniel Jones go up in dev. Looks like none. We had some morale drops for the receivers. Can't really blame them because we had all these trash players. It didn't seem like we dev'd up much. Well, we didn't dev up at all, really, but we didn't go up in overall much. Lorenzo Carter goes to star. I don't think that's going to be enough for him to start if we see someone decent in free agency and or the draft. But I suppose it's something just in case we can't find someone to replace those spots. Oh, God, I forgot. Lorenzo Carter is a guy we have to actually re-sign. I'm not going to be faked out by the star. Excuse me. Where be me money? What the hell is going on here? Okay, 1 second. What the hell is going on? Took a little bit of a penalty. That's fine. Oh my. They paid Leonard Williams that? Okay, I mean, he's decent. Oh, Nate. Oh, Nate. Oh, Nate. Hear me out, Nate. Bye. That's it. It was a pretty quick conversation, actually. Blake Martinez. You can't really say much on that. It's not worth it. It really does beg the question of why they went for Logan Ryan. Safety's by far not their biggest need. Oh man, Rudolph as well. Like why? Why do we need him? Okay, see you later. We don't need him. That's the trick. But yeah, we actually can save a little bit of money with some of the players that we're losing. Some of the players we got rid of. But I do kind of want to see if we can sign any of these backups because we do need some depth. Obviously, and we're kind of broke, so we can't really add new players, but it'd be nice to keep some of the trashier players. I mean, they may be great people, but their talent level's trashy. So we have about 15 mil to work with. Not really much to work with after that. We have some re-signings we need to make. Some of them will probably be cheaper players than what the game is, suggesting to us to keep, or the real-life contracts per se. Wide receiver Devontae Adams, probably not the biggest need. Wyatt Teller, the Browns probably will have to let him go or somebody go, I'd imagine. Trent Brown, I would assume the Patriots are going to retain. Corner's not that big of a need, but J.C. Jackson would be kind of sick. Don't need a safety. The Giants brass would probably tell you opposite of that, though. O.J. Howard, I mean, that could have been a sign-in for us with Evan instead of Evan. Lane Vander Esch, linebacker is a big need, but we're not paying that for a linebacker. Ronnie Harrison could play linebacker. That's a little low for his value, though. We have not a single DT on the roster. Things are going well. We also had all of our DTs reject, which means we currently have none on the starting roster. Nice. Of course, with the first selection in the draft, there is a couple of decent quarterbacks. I forgot about that stupid glitch. A couple of decent quarterbacks. Shane Johnson, who obviously has an A+ throw power, A- medium, A- deep. Ranked as a late first, though, not super fast. And then we have Elijah Josephson, which is an interesting name. He is an early first talent, but he's an early second rounded grade for projection. I don't necessarily want Shane Johnson, but I think it is I do want him, but I'd rather have Josephson, but I think it's more realistic that Josephson would kind of go early like Mac Jones around 15, and I just don't want to make that play. I'd rather take the quarterback at 1, guarantee at least a somewhat decent player, the most realistic sense, and just hope for the best. And, I mean, he's hidden. It's a win, right? He's already better than Daniel Jones as a pure quarterback, technically. 74 overall, hidden, 22 years old. Good throw power, obviously. Decent deep, medium, and short accuracies. Awareness and throw on the run are decent. Play action is okay. Under pressure is a little bad. Break sacks really bad. And his speed is actually a lot better than I would have thought. Hidden, at least star. Something tells me X Factor, just because he was kind of looking a little rough in the combine department, but I mean, I guess it's better than normal, I suppose. And now the thing that kind of sucks is when I have all my players all over the place here. Kendall Baker is a top-tier player. Carlos Bailey would probably be the biggest need. However, we do have some names a little later that we can work with. Like Harvey Cloud works out pretty well for us. This guy looks pretty good too. Maybe not as high potential, but realistically, I think with the amount of players we need, I'm willing to just go until we're down to one player. Hopefully, preferably Baker or Bailey. We do have, I think, another DT here, Mr. John Allen, who's also very good. I'd be willing to take. So once we get down to one player left, I think that's when we will potentially, if we have to, might not have to, make a trade up into the late end of the first round. So we see the middle linebacker go there at 18. I have no idea if the other guys are there, but I'm assuming there's at least one of them there. And as soon as we see another one of them go, I will be pausing. So this felt a little higher than I wanted to go. It's a 33, 86 this year, and a 4th next year to move up to 23. If we were to say how much we gave up, it would say we gave up 824 for 760. However, it is a next year pick, so I'd say more closer to like 800 for 760, because you just don't know if we're going to be the number 1 pick overall next year or not. But what I do know is this DT looks very talented, and I am willing to take Mr. John Allen, clear-cut beast, hoping for the best, and we get, I don't know if the best, but we get a very talented player nonetheless. 93 strength, 82 power move. He's really good. I mean, this is, I don't want to say Aaron Donald every time, but like he's got some measurables. It's really tough because this is a pretty decent draft, especially for the positions we need. Not that it's ever not, middle linebacker, pass rushers. Those are very common positions to get. Ooh, we have pick 3 as well. We can play this. If we play this right, we might be able to get away with one. There's 2 middle linebackers that look really good. Caldwell and Northrup. They both look good. I would obviously say Northrup slightly better. We might have some other players. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to draft Rodney Northrup right now. And 72 overall normal. Very talented, high developmental piece. But normal dev does suck, obviously. I'm kind of curious to see how the other middle linebacker looks, because obviously it was a 50-50 chance. We took what would assume to be the right choice, right? Because like he's super fast, you had to. The next pick, I mean, there's some linemen, but they really don't look that promising. There was another edge rusher, I believe, but he was kind of on the bigger side. He skipped the combine. Lonnie Thornton, who looks really good and like a can't-miss type player. But there are a lot of players like that for the edge here, like 2 to 3 of them. So realistically, I think it's another one of those situations where you trade down a little bit. Try to get some value. We're going to gain a 4th-round pick from the Browns to move down about, like, I don't know, 13 spots. It's probably worth it, I suppose. There's some decent players looking at the end. It'd be really cool to see if we can actually get Thornton. A little debatable to see if he's actually, like, an edge for a 3-4, but he's 6'6". I think he's a little heavy, but it kind of gives me like Preston Smith vibes. It kind of depends on how fast he is as well. You can't pass on him. He looks too good not to. 77 overall. He is normal. He's kind of more built for the interior if we're playing a 3-4, which we are. Just fast enough with that Excel, though, to probably play outside linebacker. I think we pretty much have to allow him to play the edge still. He's just too good not to. And, of course, the other guy, Harvey, pretty fast, but obviously very big, 299. That's quite a big jump in weight. And he's gone anyways. Not that it, we could have had him if we really wanted to. Dion Kidd. Wow, we really don't. I mean, we don't need safety, but, man, that guy looks not bad. Like, that safety is really solid. Dion Kidd, mid-4th rounder, talent grade late 3rd. He's got good pursuit, great hit power. I mean, he looks like a can't miss, but at the end of the day, I mean, you kind of already have your safeties anyways, right? We have Peppers for the next several years. McKinney's probably going to be a starter whenever we lose Logan Ryan. I mean, unless McKinney's got the size for linebacker, I don't know. I feel like we can't take him just out of not needing him. Yeah, McKinney's, I mean, he's got the height, but he just does not have the weight. So we're going to pass on Kidd just based on not having the need. So let's trade down a bit. We don't really move back much, but we do gain a 7th round pick. So Julian Love does have potential, but he is a safety after all. We all know that safeties don't really have that crazy kind of value anymore, but 100 and 105 for a 3rd next year from the Jets and pick 120 this year. So they definitely win that trade by a lot, but a 3rd next year, in fairness, if it's at least decent, could be pretty clutch. Like a late 2nd is pretty valuable. And even though we don't need a wide receiver, this guy looks so good that we just can't pass on him. Jay Binns, 73 overall, normal, very high potential player. Obviously, didn't really need him. Maybe you could even argue that we still probably shouldn't have taken him, but very good value pick in the 4th. You can never have enough wide receivers, obviously, especially due to injury. And now another early 6, but you never know when these guys are going to go. So Matt Terrell, an outside player, could be better than the other guy we took. Highly unlikely, though, and you can see here he's not. But he is very fast, so definitely a good pick. Absolutely a good pick there. And we may actually need to trade up. Actually, no, we don't. There's another DT there that's like a late 7th, I believe. I do want him. Hopefully he's there. It sucks that we couldn't draft any linemen. This was easy. Oh, he's not there. But I say this is easily one of the worst offensive lineman classes I've seen in several Maddens. Easily the worst in this Madden so far. But I suppose we'll take someone. Dennis Ferrani, 65 overall, normal. Just absolutely awful. And then with our final pick, Graham Gano is not getting any younger, so Kevin Wyzovich is the new backup kicker. Can maybe learn some things from the long leg himself. 93 kick power, not super, super great. Definitely not as good as our Jets drafts we had, but we still landed a quarterback. We landed multiple hiddens, I believe. Did we actually? We might have only landed one hidden. No, we landed the DT. So we landed 2 hiddens, I believe. No one else. But still, obviously, very, very high potential guys. You know, like our right end is a 77 overall. Now, John Allen and Johnson will automatically start because, well, Allen has to start. We literally don't even have a DT outside of him right now. And then, obviously, Shane is... star development trade. That kind of sucks. But obviously, Shane is the highest dev. Daniel Jones was awful. There's no arguing that he was going to be a starter. As soon as we see that hidden flash up, Daniel Jones maybe could trade off by for a 3rd round pick or something. Not bad at all. Number 2. Is that what Daniel Jones is currently? No, he obviously can't be. I'm going to wear number 2 I'm going to put number 2 on for him. No one else was hidden. But once again, not the worst draft class, obviously. Not as good as our Jets, which thankfully, let's take a look at some of the other guys. What about the O-line? Was there any hidden O-linemen at all? I mean, I'm telling you, these linemen were terrible. The first pick was 20th. Of course, he is a hidden development trait player, 85 strength. Not super strong, but let's take a look at what his dev is, just because I'm always curious, because this has been one of the most neglected positions, not even one of the most neglected position in Madden drafts. We see another guy, a right guard, Earl Hartman. Really not looking good for my case here. There's 2 hiddens there. But, 2 hiddens. This guy I had on my list, I think, was it? Hidden development trade. That really sucks if that was the guy. It might have been this guy, though. I don't know. Oh, come on. Really, EA? You're making me look bad here. Every single one. 4 hiddens. 5 of the first. Why, dude? Are you joking me? How? God damn it, dude. Look at this. Okay, I just sold, apparently, because everyone's hidden. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, thank you, Falcons, for sucking as much as you do, because that was awful. Wow, that was actually a lot of hidden linemen. I will say none of them looked obvious. If I can maybe go back and look at some of the stuff I did behind the scenes, I may throw it in there just to try and prevent my my inevitable insanity plea. But yeah, I mean, there was like 2 draftable looking guys. I think the tackle was one of them, but he was a late 2nd. We traded up for who we did. I don't regret anything necessarily. But maybe, instead of the linebacker, could have made a play for a lineman instead, because apparently there was so many hiddens, as we did nothing outside of Ben Jones to improve our offensive lineman position. We could still maybe make a trade. Maybe there's somebody in free agents that we can grab on the offensive line, but yeah, it's kind of appearing that our O-line is going to suck again. We trade Daniel Jones over to the Broncos for a third-round pick, automatic starter there, as Drew Lock is, was the projected starter, and we can pretty much get on our way with Season 2. So here's what the team looks like for Year 2. We obviously have a superstar development trait quarterback in Shane Johnson. Kenny Golladay, the number 1 wide receiver. Slayton, who didn't really develop super well. Kadarius Toney, who didn't really even get much of a chance. I suppose the whole receiving group looked terrible. Offensive line that we barely upgraded. We got a center. Oh, man, we definitely need to put some effort into the O-line. If there's someone we can pay in free agency, we got to do it. We just simply have to do it. I tried to get Wyatt Teller. We were just broke. Hopefully we can get rid of Logan Ryan. And there was someone else that was really expensive, right? I mean, I know Golladay is. We have some re-signings to do, so maybe we can get Bradbury for instead of $20 million per year, maybe like a 13. Maybe someone like Williams we could like release to re-sign, which is AKA a restructure. But yeah, we're paying a lot of players that are kind of slightly above average, way more than they should be paid. I've heard rumors of this. I did not know this was true. Man, Kenny Golladay took our last game over, and you couldn't be stopped. Are you ready to see me go off like that? Praise Darius Slayton or challenge him? I don't ask me. Show me when. Okay, that looks like a good decision. It looks like a good decision. I don't want to hold day to skip because I want to see it. Is Golladay and Darius Slayton going to have a breakout in the same week? As if we needed to see more breakouts in Madden, right? Wide receiver Kenny Golladay has earned 2,500 XP for inspiring a teammate, and Darius Slayton has a chance to go to Superstar. Not bad. All right, let's take a look. Did he do it? I was ready to go ahead into this week, but things just didn't... Where's his name on his jersey, by the way? What the hell? We're winning a bunch of games lately, and we get star dev for Lonnie Thornton, the guy with already a ton of potential, 77 overall with 10k XP. Being a normal development trait player, especially a defender, isn't always the worst, because obviously free 10k XP. Now we have more re-signings. Obviously, Saquon Barkley deserving of some money here to make it a little more realistic. I know he'd probably get paid more than this, but injury concerns, and playing well, but not like the greatest player of all time. Well, James Bradbury, you can almost argue with the tag be almost the exact same price anyways. Dexter Lawrence, how good actually is he? That's the way to word it. Very good block shedder. I don't want to go too crazy with him. I think we'll give him a 5-year deal worth 46. I think that's fine. And then now we have Darius Slayton. Not necessarily a guy we need to keep, but I do like the fit. So a 5-year, 60 mil. Kenny Golladay kind of seems like the odd one out at this point, the way he's not really playing super well and he's being paid so much money, but obviously there's not much of a choice there. As far as James Bradbury goes, we really do need a wide receiver, at least to keep a wide receiver. So I suppose 16 mil. I mean, the tag's probably in the 20s at this rate. A lot of elite corners getting paid lately, so we'll give them the deal. And we pretty much re-signed all the players we want to. Blake Martinez, not a bad player actually for us, but yeah, no, I'm not paying no 10 mil per year for Blake. I'm not the real life Giants out here. What the hell? Not actually a bad season. How did we finish? And what we finished with was a very good season. Of course, off to a terrible, terrible start. I have no idea who he played, but I want to take a look, obviously. The Jaguars, okay, they're a pretty good franchise team. Steelers, they're okay. The Washington football team are a very solid franchise team. The Falcons are some sort of weird glitch. The Cowboys are obviously a very good team. The Lions, not that good. Eagles, kind of mid. The Packers, really solid team. Pretty tough to beat. Bears, not bad. Cowboys, once again, tough. Washington, tough. Cardinals, really tough, so another tough win there. Vikings, good franchise team, but obviously some holes that you can expose. That's what she's nothing. The Colts, iffy. Texans are rough, but yeah, we barely won. Eagles, makes sense. Titans, could be a 50-50 win. So not the toughest schedule in the world. Did beat some really good teams, but also lost to a few that we should probably not have. So, I mean, I guess, probably skillful, less luck. Shane Johnson, better than Daniel Jones, but, even though he is a rookie, I was hoping for better, but we'll obviously take it. It got us to the postseason. Saquon Barkley, maybe he should have gotten like something like 5-year, 80 mil or something. Kenny Golladay finally playing up to the money, and oh my God, Saquon Barkley with some receiving yards. Of course, we know he is capable of that, but still kind of catches me off guard just a little bit. Did I actually put him in the slot? What the hell? But as far as the rookie Northrup, that's got to be good enough for a dev up and potentially Defensive Rookie of the Year. Sack totals, Leonard Williams. Beautiful stuff with double-digit. 7 for Ojulari, so he did go up. And then, of course, Lonnie Thornton actually outperforming Ojulari's rookie season with just a half extra. John Allen, not bad. Interceptions, nothing really to write home about. Graham Gano, obviously kind of an older guy, 35. You know, accuracy, kick power, probably going to drop tremendously if he doesn't just outright retire on us one of these years. Riley Dixon, not bad. Probably should have looked at kick return, punt return stuff, but I didn't. So there's that. Christian McCaffrey, seen him win a couple MVPs over the span of a couple of rebuild seasons. These running backs, man, they're putting up some not-so receiving yards. Obviously, the rushing yards are great too, but these receiving yards are on another freaking level. As far as the awards go, any awards at all? Where was our guy? Was he on the list? He was not. Offensive Rookie of the Year, of course, we do not win. Spencer Collins does. Northrup does win Defensive Rookie of the Year as we expected. And far as any other award goes, we did not get one. Trayvon Diggs with a DB of the Year. That's a little surprising. Not bad. Good stuff. Press conference first of many. I do not want to touch any of these press conferences. There's a lot of rain, it's windy, any of that, because it just seems to be a negative every time as we are now facing the Seahawks in Seattle. Ironically enough, speaking of rain, there could be some, and there is not. That stadium, I like the Seahawks stadium. I do. They brought me some pain as a Packers fan, but I can't deny its greatness. I just like it a lot. Of course, we win the starting handoff. I don't know, dude. We've scored a touchdown. What do you want from me? 14-13, 21-30. Ooh, 21-20. That would have been really nice to hold that lead as we are now down 5 in the second half. As we do get the leading touchdown, up 3 against Seattle. I wouldn't say the upset of the year, but if we win this, it's still an upset, right? Beating Seattle would be an upset, and we do not do it yet. I say yet because we have a chance. And he throws a pick. Shane, no! We have now simulated 7 seasons and have yet to win a freaking playoff game for New York. Whether it be the Jets or the Giants, yet again, we do not win a freaking postseason game. Shane Johnson should be ashamed of himself. Saquon Barkley, good game, good season, obviously. We got Ben Jones. We got a couple of backups as well. Fullback as a starter. Quez Watkins, stolen from the Eagles. Got its looking decent. Definitely fast. Didn't really need to add too much to the wide receiving group. So just someone to kind of replace Ross, which I think makes sense. Lorenzo Carter does not re-sign, which is unfortunate. Hopefully, which I have seen some players, hopefully we have someone to replace him. One postseason game. That's all I ask. Don't even need to win a Super Bowl. Just win one postseason game. That's really it. That's all I ask from you, game. But you know what they say when playing Madden? You ask and you shall not receive. Let's go to the Super Bowl. It is the Packers representing the NFC and the Jaguars representing the AFC. And if I'm not mistaken, that's either already happened or it has happened in the Jets rebuild. That's quite something. So here's some players to re-sign. I have no idea what the money is looking like. So 3-year 17, which is tremendously lower than what he was asking for. Not terrible money, but just not a position we really need. Ben Jones also seems to have just retired, so cannot re-sign him. As far as what we need the most, I think realistically, I'm looking to go for some offensive linemen. Let's just take a quick look at 2 things. I want to see, 1, if there's any chance at all to save some money, and 2, what our biggest need is. Obviously, with Leonard Williams at 25.5, he did go to Superstar, so that's just fantastic. Kenny Golladay, Adoree Jackson, that's a guy you probably re-sign if you can. I don't know. Logan Ryan, there's no way. Thank you. I was about to say Logan Ryan. There's no way he can be getting guaranteed money still Andrew Thomas, 10 mil. I mean, he's the best lineman on the team, unfortunately. Graham Gano, 4.5 is pretty high for a guy that didn't really play that well, right? He kind of sucked, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad per se. It's not as good as his real-life performances, but I mean, it's good enough to stick around, I think. But we did save some money, and more importantly, we opened up, clear-cut, the positions we need, which really just mainly consist of the offensive line position. It's really bad here. The interior mainly, but you can make an argument to replace every single player on this O-line, even the freaking left tackle. But I don't think we will, believe it or not, because it's going to be hard to replace 5 offensive linemen. But I'm hoping to at least get 2. At least 2 decent players. Of course, Blake Martinez is gone. Northrup, I think you guys can agree that he deserves the dev up, so I'm going to allow it. Once again, like I said in my other rebuilds last year, at least near the end, I'm not going to force star to superstar, but I will allow normal to star for really good performance, like defensive rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year, and whatnot. As far as the dev ups go, though, for defense, it appears the only one was Leonard. I don't know why I'm going to show you guys. You already seen it. And yeah, I mean, let's go in and grab some free agents. I also forgot to do the scouting. I was about to say, let's check scouting first. Nope. So 46 mil, which I think actually turns into like 56. Yeah, I was clearly not going to say 66. Clearly 56. Daron Payne is an interesting guy to bring up because, of course, we do have to pay Leonard Williams. You could actually make the argument that because he played so well, we could actually probably trade him for like a second-round pick. I think it'd be worthy at least trying to offer on Daron Payne. Very similar. Actually, I can tell they are similar players. I think Leonard is a little bit more of a pass rush type, whereas Daron is just pure block shed. Kind of need a pass rusher, so I don't actually know if he's the perfect fit. We may pull that offer, to be honest. Sean Murphy-Bunting's not bad. Unfortunately, though, as we all know, the big thing that we're missing in this free agency class is the offensive lineman position yet again. Cody Ford, though, a 2-year 10 is right up my alley. No. Giants fans have had enough of Eric Flowers. Of course, he actually did kind of play all right when he moved on from the Giants, when he actually moved to guard. But yeah, I think this team is done with him. Rodney Harrison, I don't believe he's one of those guys that is willing to play for this team, to be honest. Rob Havenstein, Jake Conklin. Yeah, my words are doing well, huh? I kind of want Rodney Hudson, though. Do we just cuck the Bills out of everything? Why not just take every player the Bills want? The Bills are a good team. Nope. Well, maybe if we can go like 14 mil. I'm not saying the team's ready this year, but the Giants are one of those teams with a ton of potential where you never know. Any single season, if they get good quarterback play, could be the year for the Giants. That's just the way they're built at this point, especially with us building up the defense a little bit as well. I mean, Dexter Lawrence is great. Allen has a lot of... Oh, yeah, Allen went up in dev. He was only normal, wasn't he? Unless he got a dev up midseason. I do feel like Ioannidis is probably a little bit better of a fit, but of course we know that his age is a bit up there. If he was superstar, I'd probably go for him, but I think what we are going to try to do is just cheese the contracts a little bit. Bobby Wagner, a little bit lower in overall here than he was in our Jets rebuild at this point, I believe. Inside linebacker, another position of need that we're probably going to look to draft. Jamel Dean and Sean Murphy-Bunting in free agency. I don't feel like the Buccaneers can afford to lose both of them, right? I don't know what the offers are like, but Sean Murphy-Bunting, 26 years old, probably similar to Jamel Dean, probably both the exact, 26. Jamel Dean does appear to be the better player. He's not as agile, though, so even though he's the better man corner, that agility probably does cost him a little bit. I don't want to get both, but I kind of want to offer on both, you know what I mean? But I don't want to get both, so it's like, you kind of have to take one or the other. Let's see what we can offer for both. It would be kind of cool to see. It does appear that we can get Jamel Dean for technically cheaper because, the bar is like pretty similar. So I'd be willing to offer a 4-year 36. He's 83. Did I say 46? A 4-year 36. I don't know what I said. Jamel Dean. I mean, that age is actually a little bit higher than I was thinking. 33.6. Is that still really high? I'm willing to offer that. No higher. That's really where I'm standing here. All right, we put a lot of money into free agency. If we, of course, get the contracts, we do lose Jamel, unfortunately, but we get David DeCastro, who's probably a one-year guy, similar to Ben Jones. We get Jake Bailey. Is it Jake Bailey? Yeah, Jake Bailey, who I'm a little surprised is there. Maybe they couldn't afford him after that big free agency splash. Jamel Dean, one of the bigger players that we just missed out on. Of course, there's always going to be a veteran corner, so we can always try to re-sign a Dory Jackson, maybe, and hopefully he gets a dev up, and he can be the number 1, and then we get some like Kyle Fuller type player as the number 2 guy. Daron Payne, though, a huge addition to the team, as he is going to provide really good anchoring for the defensive line, obviously. But Leonard Williams, man, I don't know. Man, he did really well, though. I don't want to trade him, right? But, like, what do I do? You know, Daron Payne is too good of a piece not to go for when we have money. Leonard Williams did just have a really good season, but he's going to be asking for a lot. He's 29 years old. I personally think you trade him off to a team for, honestly, a first-round pick. I was going to say second-round pick, and I did say second-round pick. I don't know. Oh, Jesus, maybe not that. We got to find a team that can afford him, and I mean, after that, it is what it is. Is J.J. Watt still around? J.J. Watt is gone, so we could get a first round off the Cardinals. Screw it, we're going to do it. Leonard Williams to the Cardinals for pick 27. No one can argue that it's not fair. Superstar development trait, 29 years old, is on the older side. He's got at least 3 years of elite play left in him. Double-digit sacks. It sucks to see him go, but we needed to save some money. We just got Daron Payne. Honestly, if I could go back, I'd actually probably not sign Daron Payne. For whatever reason, I forgot Dexter Lawrence is on contract, and I was kind of thinking maybe we get rid of him in the future. Realistically, we probably should have just kept him, but I mean, I suppose in the long run, we technically save money. We don't worry about age as much, and of course, we get a whole first-round pick, which is awesome. Now, here's the thing. I get it, right? Not every team can afford a guy like Aaron Rodgers, but like, how is there a 91 overall X-Factor quarterback just chilling there like nobody gives a damn? You know, I'm just saying. And you know what? I might have to do another one of those videos about does a fullback matter in Madden. I might have to do more of these experiments because, of course, with this franchise update, a lot of those videos may be completely irrelevant as they actually seem to have put effort into the game for once this year. Of course, some of the things are similar, but obviously we can see just with the front screen here, Draft Central, that's like miles more improvement than we've seen in any Madden. My Team Ranks is right on the front screen, all these team needs, all this stuff. There's a lot of new stuff, a lot of cool stuff, and a lot of, you know, good innovations. So some of the stuff for stat ideas may be different. You know, I tried the Titans playbook. For offense, Tannehill was like 26th for yards, 32nd for passing touchdowns, so it seems like the logic there makes sense. I am actually curious, with a guy like Patrick Ricard, 82 overall, sitting there, probably because of Juszczyk being, you know, too old, maybe even have retired, the best fullback in the game, does having a better blocking fullback actually matter? Like, I don't want to pay $4 million per year if I'm doing a Ravens rebuild for Patrick Ricard, if I can get some $700K a year fullback that's going to do the exact same job because the game doesn't care. Of course, it may take multiple sims, but if there's any ideas like that, if you're still watching this point, appreciate it a ton. If there's any ideas like that we've already done or haven't done that you want to see, let me know in the comment section below. Probably wait a little bit more for those quote-unquote gimmicky ideas for a couple of weeks into the Madden season, whereas right now I kind of want to do more legit, fun, real content, if you will. But of course, the draft... We have 2 kind of late first-round picks. I think one of them's decent. The problem here, though, is that we do have a couple of guys that are late first, and we know that late first could be all the way up to pick 13. Cam Wilds is a guy that I think you kind of have to trade up for if you are the Giants. Of course, the problem is we have the kind of power of hindsight, as we do know a lot of these guys are pretty talented-looking individuals. Most of them are center builds, though, so, I mean, none of them look as good, in my opinion, as that first-round guard, so I find it very hard to pass on him. Corner is going to be a need for the future, so realistically, I think we should trade up to 14. and then maybe like back to 18. I mean, we'll see what we can do. Now, this may have been a little unfair, so what I did was I actually put in like pick 53 rather than 33 to test it, and it said, let me actually pull up the exact results. It said 1123, but it also 1123 to 1100, but it also did factor in that this would be this year, so I'd say we probably made out with like a 30-point profit, but obviously we did lose out like 120 points on one of the years, so it really just kind of comes down to, did the Bengals have someone there? Maybe they would have taken that freaking linebacker or offensive lineman. I don't know. We do have a really good corner as well, but this is kind of what we're waiting for, hoping that at least one of them is there for 19. Dream scenario is one goes at 18, and then we have the other one. We also do have Avery Pendleton, but the problem is, do you want to take another first-round linebacker? I believe we've already taken one. You have this guy. You have this guy. Number 2, I mean, the Giants have gotten away with, mediocre inside linebacker play for a while now. Northrup looks really promising. So realistically, I do want the corner the most, but Cam Wilds is the first and foremost priority. Give us a hidden. Thank you, baby. 73 overall. Ironically enough, ranked 27, the true talent, but obviously never getting there in a million years. We win. Finally, we get a good offensive lineman. Finally, there was one for us to even take. Now watch Washington, who may need a corner, take one here. Can't see it because, of course, God is interviewing. I really thought Tampa was going to take a corner. Same with Houston. They do not. And we actually have a choice at which corner we want. And the craziest thing, we actually have a choice at safety, too. Sammy Christensen is still there. I mean, Xavier McKinney isn't necessarily the best looking player, although we did kind of wait to use him. Sammy Christensen looks good, 21 years old. That's like a decade of good safety play, and he looks amazing. Man, oh man, can you make the argument, let's put him on the list, can you make the argument that any of these corners looks like a better prospect? This guy, you can make the argument that he is the better looking prospect, and you can almost argue that this guy might be a better looking prospect, so it's tough, but I think I am willing to take Brandon Buckner. We'll have to take a look because all three are going to be good players, it would appear. Brandon Buckner's our choice, and 79 overall hidden. I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe it. You guys, not you guys, but one, maybe two people said that I'm the only one getting hiddens and almost alluding to that I'm cheating. There's no fact. There's no doubt that's just incorrect. You guys either haven't watched rebuilds or I'm going to call them out. They're just not good at drafting. There's just no way they're not getting these hiddens. It's too easy. It's so blindly easy. Maybe they don't know that you can look at the bottom right. Not that I want to. I actually think that's something that I've heard is either being fixed or implemented more for actual talent grades. So what I've heard is that instead of seeing that thing on the bottom right, that would actually factor into where they're projected to go rather than just, oh, well, they're projected here, but they're actually this good. Also, you can see, I mean, look at how good every player is here. I don't get it. There's no shot. Whoever said that was just either trolling or just trying to be a hater. There's no way. No shot that other rebuilders aren't getting this kind of draft luck because it's just so easy. I literally have, I mean, these aren't even all first rounders. I have literally like 15 first round talents in my class. You could draft him in the first round if you wanted. Him in the first round probably based on combine and potentials. This guy, there's so much talent. It's too much. I know they said that they wanted first-round players to feel like first-round players, but it's too much, dude. It's just way too much. And if that linebacker/safety is still there, I may have to. Like, how much does it cost to get from 19 to 26? I already said it. I don't want a first-round linebacker again, but he fell a lot further than I thought. We could get rid of... I mean, can we get rid of these for their pick? I mean, I feel like with the lacking of needs outside of maybe financial reasons, we could finish like basically all of our needs in this draft. It says we're giving them too much. Like we should get like a 4th round pick. If they're willing to take it, I'm doing it. I don't care. And they are. I mean, here we are. Safety. Trade Xavier McKinney off for a decent linebacker maybe. I don't know, but... You just can't pass on the talent that is Sammy Christensen. We're going to take him. And it's just, I mean, it is what it is. Sammy Christensen, or Christian, 90 speed, 90 excel. I will be honest with you, when I was trading for the Panthers, I completely forgot the linebacker was taken already. But, of course, it still worked out in the end. That Christian guys are literally the same overall as McKinney. 4 years younger, faster, just way better. And ironically, with this pick, we can actually take Reinhardt as well, who I will say wasn't as good as I thought. This guy might actually be kind of a bust. We'll actually think about this one a little bit. This guy looks, I mean, he's a can't-miss player either, but, I mean, we just don't need pass rusher like that anymore. I don't believe you. I don't believe the people that were hating, trolling, whatever it was. The draft is too easy. It's simply put. It was already easy last Madden. The devs just weren't there. Now the devs are there, and it's just, like, broken. I mean, there's nothing really else there. We do need the center, technically, so I suppose Aaron Reinhardt, and even he's hidden. I saw a 70. I was like, oh, we actually sucked. Nope, we didn't. Hidden to... I don't know, dude. It is what it is. Damn, my middle linebacker was gone. Dom Gore, I think his name was. He looked pretty promising. But this guy is technically, really good too. That's the kind of player I was thinking, hey, you don't need to actually draft any, high guys. Archer Goldstein looks pretty decent. I'm curious to see how good he is, but I'm not willing to trade up for him. If he's there, I may take him. But yeah, if we can get that middle linebacker, he's halfway decent, He works out behind Northrup, of course. Tight end is gone. Jeez, these guys went freaking fast. Langley actually looks pretty decent. What is he, a late 5th? We'll take Langley as well. I mean, it's too... I'm done, dude. They got to do something. It's too easy. I'm going to have to try not to look at the bottom right. I just have to. Otherwise, I'm just going to ruin every rebuild. Now, I'm not saying, we did really that well with the Jets, and, we're not off to a crazy great start here going into year 3, but the amount of hit-ins we're getting is just unfun. It's too many. Like, realistically, you have to be just like, you don't know how to draft to not land half a damn roster every draft. Keith Sherwood, we'll hope for the best. Say, finally, a normal. Usable, obviously, but probably our number 2 out the gate, actually. But yeah, I don't want to keep going on about it. Last time I'll say it, I refuse. I refuse to believe that every other rebuilder that's making videos right now about rebuilds, they're doing poorly in the draft. They're getting a ton of hit-ins. Their overalls are high. I refuse. I'm going to watch some of their rebuilds, and I'm just going to call it out because I know for a fact they are. Alex Morrow looks decent. Late first round running kicker. Very high overall. May be better than the guy we drafted last season. We'll see. The guy just looked like one of those can't-miss type of players. He was like a Janikowski type, but in the 6th round. And, of course, we do not need anything else, so we'll be trading this for next year. All right, so we do kind of want to see the players we passed on, or I guess lost. But I do want to obviously see the players that we have. So Wilds is an automatic starter, I believe, at left guard. I think our left guard currently is like a 70 overall normal, kind of like 25, 26. Cam Wilds automatic starter with star development trait. Didn't really expect too much off of him. Buckner automatically cannot start. Well, he's number 3, but, it's kind of a starter. It's kind of not a starter. How good is he? Star development trait as well. 13. Doesn't fly on my team. The only way you're going to be in those numbers is if you are that in real life. If not, even that, I kind of want to, hey, get the hell out of here with that. Free safety, Christian. Now, don't get me wrong. We are getting a lot of hit-ins, but I suppose if they are all star, that's not crazy OP, I guess. Once again, you can kind of argue that maybe normal to star outside of offensive lineman is actually a positive because you do get that XP boost, but still a lot of hit-ins. Aaron Reinhardt, automatic starter at center. And then looking at this guard is technically cheating, but he can't start this year anyways. We have better players that can replace him or start over him, I suppose. I think. We actually have Pert. Did we replace Pert? Langley, what's his size? Yeah, he doesn't really fit the mold anyways, so star development trait as well. So we did land all stars in fairness, but still, hidden. How many freaking hiddens do you need? Where was the corner we wanted? So Phelps was the other corner. Hidden development trait 6'2". Very good catching, decent hip power, similar to our guy. So a very similar guy as ours as well. I don't know the speeds off the top of my head, but also star. And then I believe the other guy we cared about was the linebacker. I don't think there was anyone else, right? And, of course, yet another hidden. I know that was one of the emphases that they were... Emphases, I don't know, that they wanted to hit this year was first-round picks, at least high first-round picks. Felt like first-rounders. They are all pretty much stars, so I will admit, maybe it's not that crazy, but yeah, that's a lot of hiddens, right? Like 79 overall, which is absolutely insane, by the way. Our guy was, that's hard to beat, dude. 94 speed, 95 excel, 92 agility. What's the change of direction? 95 for what, a 6'1" corner. Jesus. Literally Patrick Peterson. We literally drafted Patrick Peterson. Absolutely nuts. Oh, crap. I forgot about Cody Ford. Cody Ford was actually drafted as a tackle, right? So I suppose Matt Pert, sorry. I think we're actually going to put John Allen as the right end as well. He's a little bit better for getting to the quarterback, a little bit faster technically with his change of direction and his agility and whatnot. And I think Daron Payne does fit more as the pure DT, quote-unquote, nose tackle type. Realistically, actually, it should be Dexter Lawrence. Yeah, I think we're going to put Dexter Lawrence at DT and Payne at left end. It actually makes a little bit more sense, right? Dexter kind of fits as that pure kind of nose tackle type, if that weight is actually accurate. How much overalls did he go up, by the way? Did he go up like 4 or 5 there? That seemed really high. I don't know, but obviously Daron Payne adversely is probably going to go down a bunch. I think it was the 89. I mean, hey, if it works out cleanly, who's to argue? Yeah, our rookie kicker is not much better, but he is technically better. They are the same age now, but he is technically better. So, Kevin, sorry. You should find a home, though. You're a pretty decent-looking kicker. All right, so it definitely is a little bit of a loss, but it could be obviously worse. We trade McKinney and a 4th-round pick over to the Ravens for 61. McKinney never really had a chance to start here, and unfortunately, we had a best available type of situation. That safety looked like a can't miss. Took the chance, and it worked out. So, yeah, sucks for him, but I suppose he's going to a place that he can actually automatically start, and we still do get some value back, so win-win, I suppose. And I wish I didn't say it that way. All right, so year 3, a team with a ton of potential. Of course, Shane Johnson, definitely not the season I was hoping for. Well, maybe not definitely, but it was better than Daniel Jones, but I was expecting a little bit better for the touchdowns, but obviously Saquon. You know what? It was a good season. Saquon did really well, so you can't really blame Saquon for being a god. Wide receiver, I didn't really think about it, but Kenny Golladay, he did finally do well last season, but could be on the radar. Kenny Golladay could need an extension soon. We can obviously release him at any point and save money or trade him, whatever it may be. He's getting older. Not really playing like the true number one. He finally showed up this past season. We'll see how he plays this year. Running back's obviously a god. Evan Ingram, he's just been kind of just there, similar to his real life self. O-line obviously much improved, but the addition of DeCastro is a little weirdly timed because once again, I don't know if the line is really like there yet, so maybe we can make something crazy happen this season, but I feel like we are set for the future with the tackles being long-term guys, the guards, the whole interior, obviously. We replaced the entire interior with young star development trait players. Defensively, inside linebacker could be a need, but outside of that, I mean, we're pretty much set, right? If we re-sign Adoree Jackson, which we'll debate on it, he could be the number 1, Buckner the number 2, and everything filters that way. It's a really good-looking team, and I think this is the year where we really, as the kids say, glow up. I don't know if the kids say that. I apologize, kids. All right, re-sign time. Did we sell in the offseason? Of course, James Bradbury, still not bad, obviously. Here needing a contract. Adoree Jackson, I feel like a 3 year is perfect for him. The question is, though, is that going to hurt us if he doesn't get a superstar? Of course, that's, in the past now. Andrew Thomas, 79 overall, lacking in some things, okay in others. I'd feel a little uncomfortable over 4 years, so a 4-year 35.9. Of course, any of these rebuilds could see a reload. If I didn't mention at the beginning, which I probably forgot to, the max for these is about a 5-year rebuild, because once again, after 5 years, it's like, I actually probably should have, but I was going to do a Falcons rebuild, I was going to do a franchise, and I was going to do a Bears franchise, but I decided not to because I already did them in the past. But you look at the Falcons team that I used back in the day for our online league, it was about 4, maybe 5 years ago. That team easily looked like the best team in the league, especially on offense. And now I think it's kind of easy to say, outside of maybe the Texans, depending on what happens with Deshaun Watson, is the worst team in the league. So after 4 to 5 years, it's not even really a rebuild anymore. It's like a different time zone. Like, we used a time machine. Like, anything can happen. And yeah, after 5 years, you should have a decent team because it could just work itself out in real life, you know? The whole point is kind of try to see what happens in 5 years, hopefully take the team in the right direction. And that's pretty much that. That's my rant. All right, another close call in the season. Are we in the playoffs? We are. We do not win the division, but we beat the Raiders and apparently are good enough to make the playoffs. Did we get the 7th or 6th seed? The 7th. If it wasn't for the new rule change, we literally would not have made it because, of course, we wouldn't have that extra game at the end here. And obviously, we would not have gotten the 7th seed. That is as clutch as they can get. Oh, my. That is absolutely nuts. As, of course, speaking of the Falcons, we are playing the Falcons. Oh, Shane Johnson. Is he an MVP? How are we only winning the games we're winning with this performance? 41 passing touchdowns, 26 rushing touchdowns? That's got to be the number one scoring offense in the league. Almost 4 1,000-yard receivers. If we evened out some of the other top guys, we would have gotten to 4,000. Tony could go to Superstar. Galladay could go to X Factor. Probably should go to X Factor. O-line play may have been a huge part of it because that's really solid numbers, especially for Sim. Northrup, not as good as rookie year, but still decent. Sack totals, absolutely awful, I do have to admit. Defense is probably, just based off of using common sense, the reason why we didn't do better. But the offense obviously showed up. And I'm not saying this is the year, but you never know. You never know. Could be the year. Shane Johnson, number 3 on Offensive Player of the Year. A little wild to believe he wasn't higher than that. Really? The 4th best quarterback. I mean, I know we have that extra game, so maybe the numbers are a little bit harder to keep up with, but really? Okay. If you say so. 5,500 yards, just about 41 touchdowns is 4th best? Boy, the NFL is going to be ruined with these extra 42 touchdowns, 5,700 yards for Cam Newton. Wow. That's something. Maybe I was looking at the wrong team, but I swear it said the Falcons, no? Either way, we're an 85 overall. The Vikings are an 83. We have the higher overall team for once. The real for once is, are we going to finally win a freaking playoff game? That's all I want to know. If we were ever going to do it, it would probably be right here, wouldn't it? Probably, right? 7-0, nice start to the postseason game, just like last year. 10-0, start of the second half, 17-0. Ooh, no, it's not. It's 17-7. And just like usual, here we go. Here we go. Please, New York, hold on. And we get our first, if I'm not mistaken, postseason win of our rebuild career for Madden 22. It only took 8 seasons. I promise I'm good at these. Probably. Kirk Cousins, of course, gets absolutely locked down. Finally, the defense showing up. Shane Johnson, really good stuff, just like his regular season performance. Mr. Saquon Barkley, decent, but, didn't really run the ball too much. Kenny Galladay finally showing that he's a true number 1. Talking about getting rid of him, and just like that, he's back. Bradbury with a pick. I'm not saying we keep Bradbury, but maybe we, keep him if he's not too expensive. He doesn't drop too far, I suppose. Why not, right? As we will move on. Evan Ingram. Let's take a look. Vertical threat. What's that catching looking like, though? What's that catching looking like? Not a bad upgrade, actually. And we don't get to see it. Nice. Bye. See ya. And the Carolina Panthers, a team that I did expect to have a pretty good sim team. Only an 83 overall. A little surprised by that, but 13-3. Oh, they do, or 13-4. They do have Aaron Rodgers here that they must have got for basically minimum since nobody wanted him. The Chiefs, of course, move on to the championship round. Not that it will probably matter because it's very unlikely that we will meet them in the Super Bowl, but we'll see. 10-7, not a bad start per se. They do have Rodgers to limit him is decent. Oh my God, these before half touchdowns gotta stop. They just gotta stop, and we're looking good. 34-14, 37-14. Oh my, 44-21. We smoked them. We absolutely smoked the Carolina Panthers. Rodgers, just not a good postseason performer here at all. We outran them. We outpassed them. What didn't we do better than them? Pass rush, apparently. So Rodgers and the Panthers had no excuse. They really didn't. We had 2 interceptions. I mean, I'll take it. Championship round. Go from never winning postseason games to maybe the first time we do being a Super Bowl run. I would take it. Of course, receiving back is nice and all, but I want to get Saquon to be the ultimate running back. Get that freaking power move. Oh, Jesus. This trucking and stiff arm is not as good as I would have thought it would have been at this point. And we beat the MVP of the league. Or was he the MVP? I know he was the MVP once upon a time. Kyle Pitts. Wait, what? Top stats. Yards per carry 5. 18.25 for yards per... What? What do they have? Kyle Pitts at running back? I was joking about that Pitts at running back situation. Or, yeah, I mean, please, stop. Of course, I mean, we're not going to win anyways, but I don't want to forget that we haven't forced any wins. This is probably where we get cut off because the Falcons, for whatever reason, are really good in sim. But I suppose it's... I mean, they don't have Rodgers anymore, but I suppose it's good that we aren't playing the Packers. They seem to be in a lot of Super Bowls lately. The Falcons, we've seen a few, but can we be the team? The Giants, year 3. Is it the year? Come on. I mean, I'm not calling the Jets rebuild a stinker, but it would be nice to redeem that one a little bit for New York. Not that Giants fans probably care too much about what the Jets are doing. I'd actually say they're almost rivals themselves. But, I mean, it kind of redeems it, right? A little bit. 21-14. Yeah, 21 all. Oh, no. I have not slow simmed in the 4th, and I'm not going to now because it looks like a good thing as we are going to win and head to the Super Bowl 38-21 over the Falcons. Come on. Come on, a quick rebuild for once. For once. Ooh, Shane Johnson. Could you not, though? 4 interceptions for Matt Ryan. Rushing. Oh, my God. That was one of the things. Oh, they have Kareem Hunt? We have injuries off. But I have noticed a lot of times that it says returning from injury. Maybe injuries can't be turned off. And we've just got really lucky that none of our starters have it. Oh, look at the interceptions. I know we knew that already, but Jesus, the safeties went off in this one. But we win. We're on top. Who is the team that is going to absolutely crush my dreams? Who is it? Come on. Tell me who it is. Damn it. Not Jabril. You're not the guy. You're not that guy. Who is the team? Show me the team. I want to see it, baby. The Chiefs. We can't beat the Chiefs, dude. How are we going to do this? 86. I mean, to be fair, we're more balanced. Definitely more balanced. We have an 87 rank, so 4 higher on defense, 2 lower on offense, which equals out, right? That's the math. Does it? They shouldn't be a higher overall, though, right? Like, his offense matter way more than defense, and that's why? I don't know, but our quarterback was very similar to Patrick Mahomes. We could shock them. And I want to do this media day thing, but first, once again, I want to show you we didn't force any wins, just in case, because that was the game I thought we were going to lose, right? And there you go. Not bad at all. Not bad at all, baby. I don't know why I look at that. No one else does that. So whether I cheat or not, we wouldn't even know if others do. So it doesn't matter, right? It just doesn't. They went 15-2. We're 9-8. This is how the Giants win Super Bowls, though. This is how they do it. The underdog. Every coach's dream is to hoist the Lombardi Trophy as confetti rains down from outside the stadium, by the way, as we know in past Maddens. And you have a chance to do that for the first time this week. What would a win mean to you? I'm not going to say just the beginning. Everything, right? Come on, dude. I'm not going to say just the beginning. That's such a boring answer. People thought it was oh, look at how cool he is. Look at how freaking serious he is when, what's his name? When Bill Belichick was, any coach was we're a couple weeks behind the other teams now. That's what it means that we won the Super Bowl. Shut up, dude. Stop. That's cringe, dude. No, it doesn't mean you're a couple weeks. You won the ultimate goal. The Super Bowl is the goal. Who gives a damn if you're behind? You won the Super Bowl. You're allowed to be seasons behind, not weeks behind. Come on, bruh. That's not cool. That's cringe. It's just cringe. But let's see it. Come on, New York. It's hard to win a Super Bowl. It's even harder to win one against the Chiefs, who are absolute gods. The AFC's won a couple of Super Bowls now. Not bad start. We forced a turnover. New York's doing all right. We're doing okay. Of course, Kansas City does not look like they want to not score, so I'm a little worried by that. Only up by 1. We get a field goal before half. Finally, where the team's scoring before half. Giants looking okay here. Going against the Chiefs is tough. I'm trying to talk quietly because I think that means something, but it doesn't. No way. Is it their ball? You can't punt it to Mahomes, dude. Did we win? We won the Super Bowl! Yes! I'm actually, like, this is, I mean, it's like doing your first rebuild all over again, because it kind of is, right? It's our first Super Bowl and thankfully it's a dome, so I would assume you can't see confetti going outside. Also, I believe this is a new Super Bowl celebration this year, as you can see, which is sick. I don't know why Mahomes and them are so happy. Like, it's like, bruh, come on, you just lost. But, yeah, I mean, to win against the Chiefs alone in a rebuild for a Super Bowl is absolutely nuts. But to do it with a 9-8 New York Giants team that I was like, are we even going to win a damn playoff game, is absolutely nutso. And Shane Johnson is the king of New York. And relax, you're going to lose the football off the top of the damn thing, dude. Of course, it appears that one of the best decisions we ever made was firing our offensive coordinator and replacing him with Brian Flores, because, of course, ever since that, bad coaching year, it seems like we turned around. The offense looks good. The defense did its job. I mean, everything worked out to its best, and we beat the better team. There's nothing else to say about it. The tandem cornerbacks, the gods themselves, do it. And we actually complete a 3-year rebuild. It's not a 5-year, as I expect 90% of the teams we're going to be doing for the first couple of months are going to be. So an absolute win there. We win the Super Bowl. Thankfully, EA. Thankfully. I'm going to be honest. I think the Jets one could have been similar to this, if not for the fact that EA kind of hates the Jets. And the Giants have actually had some Super Bowl luck lately in Madden. As you can see here, we did not cheat. And didn't cheat there. Didn't cheat there. No restarts, no force wins. A legit Super Bowl has been won. If we can do it with the Giants, we can do it with anyone. But I will say, I didn't really want to make it an emphasis that, it's actually easy to rebuild and use the Giants. That's why we didn't choose them. But, I mean, we kind of did prove that in a way. One of the biggest issues was quarterback, and Daniel Jones, by far, in Madden at least, is definitely a guy you could develop into a god. Of course, as you see here, we do have some dev-ups. Kenny Golladay gets to X Factor. Kadarius Toney gets to Superstar. I mean, you have basically the best receiving group in the league. Shane Johnson, obviously, like we said, X Factor, 86 overall, got the job done early. Love to see that. Any defensive dev-ups, it would appear, I mean, unless I'm missing someone, I don't think we had a single defensive dev-up, but we didn't need it. And, we kept the majority of the real-life players, and if not that, we drafted players. So Lawrence is a real-life player, Bradbury, Adoree Jackson. I mean, Buckner was going to be a star for us. He was, absolute god. Literally, like I said, Patrick Peterson clone, basically. But we didn't need him, technically. Christian, free safety, absolute god mode. Jabril Peppers actually showed up really nicely with his dev-up. What else do we have? Northrup we drafted. Thornton we drafted. Who actually turned out pretty damn good. He's actually really good. Ojulari, they drafted in real life. I mean, look at Thornton. 94 power move already. He's only star. Absolute beast. O-line, we obviously had to draft quite a bit. We signed Cody Ford. He's nothing special. DeCastro's not really much special. Kind of sticking it to the Steelers a little bit here. Thomas is an original. A couple of drafted. So we didn't really cheese free agency. There was no really, real need to. We did this thing the legit way, and I'm happy. I'm actually, this is probably the most satisfied I've been for a Madden rebuild in some time, really, some time. To do it, like I said, against the 15-2 Chiefs as the 9-8 Giants. We did it the Giant way, like I said. You do it with a little bit of clutch defense and a wild card spot. The 7th, aka the last seed in the wild card, and you win it all against all odds. You gotta love it. You love to see it. And, of course, that will be the rebuild for today. We'll have a video tomorrow, as always. And if you enjoyed this one, leave a like I said. Maybe subscribe. It really does mean a ton to me, as, I like to do this kind of stuff, and I hope you guys like to see it. The more likes and subs and interactions we get, the more I can do, and, the more we can grow. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, where I've been tweeting a lot of wild things lately. Maybe subscribe to the second channel, PKR Plays. There may be a third channel, or I may put, 2K on the second channel, because I do kind of want to do 2K, maybe FIFA stuff, and I don't really want it to be main channel stuff unless you guys want it to, and maybe twitch.tv/Jeromepkr for streams. Like I said, this would be, assuming this came out when it did, because I'm going to record 2 today, and I kind of want to like upload my rebuilds not the same time as someone else. So if someone else does a Giants rebuild and they post it before mine, I want to have both of these uploaded, but only make the one public that hasn't been done already. So hopefully no one does. This would be planned for a Sunday, but we'll see. We'll see. And like I said, with the Twitch thing, should be live streaming on Twitch when the game actually drops, when I'm not fiddling with hours and scrambling for more time and whatnot. But like I said, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Means a ton. Hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!